Hey thrill seekers, welcome to Pursuit Camp, where adrenaline meets the open road. Get ready to dive into some of the most intense, heart-pounding police chases caught on Dashcam. Let's hit the gas and get started. Some people treat the highway like a racetrack, and 20-year-old Andrew Martinez took it to the extreme. Flying down a 95 in a white Mercedes-Benz, he was clocked at 102 miles per hour in a 55 zone, weaving through traffic and tailgating like it was a sport. When a Florida Highway Patrol trooper flipped on the sirens, Martinez didn't even flinch. He just hit the gas, turning a routine stop into a full-blown high-speed chase. The chase hit a dangerous peak when Martinez pushed his car to 130 miles per hour on I-195. But speed isn't always your friend. Taking a curve too fast, he lost control and crashed into a tree in a ditch. Things didn't stop there. He and his 3 passengers jumped out and ran. 2 were caught almost immediately, but Martinez and another passenger went to the extreme, jumping into Biscayne Bay. Martinez eventually surrendered, but tragically, the other passenger didn't survive and was found the next morning. Martinez now faces a laundry list of charges, including fleeing police, reckless driving, and not having a valid license. What's shocking is that just 2 days later, his name disappeared from the online jail database. It's a stark reminder that reckless choices have real consequences, and it's never worth risking lives. Yours or anyone else's.
Listen, you're on camera, don't be digging through anything. My friend.
It all started on State Road 836 in Florida, when troopers spotted a Grand Cherokee with a temporary paper tag. Sounds innocent enough, right? But as soon as they turned on their lights to stop the car, the driver made it clear he wasn't in the mood to chat, and things got wild fast. The driver pulled off some bizarre stunts, spinning the tires so hard it sent white smoke billowing onto the road. If this was some kind of escape strategy, it wasn't a very good one. It was clear that the guy had more horsepower than brain power, and Florida troopers weren't about to let him get away with it.
Okay, he got off. He lost it. White male, I got him on the dress.
You said you're on the turnpike now?
White male, I got him on the dress.
You said you're on the turnpike now?
When it was all over, 30-year-old Jose Alberto Rodriguez found himself in handcuffs. He's now facing charges for fleeing and eluding, driving without registration, and not having a valid license. Oh, and let's not forget possession of a weapon while committing an offense. Because apparently, bad decisions come in bunches. Maybe next time he'll leave the stunts to Hollywood. What starts with a simple traffic violation ends with a whole lot of chaos. That's exactly what happened when a trooper noticed a driver ignoring traffic signals and turning without using blinkers. When the officer tried to pull him over, the driver did stop, just long enough to fake compliance, then hit the gas and sped off. And from that moment, it was game on, with the suspect racing through streets and pulling every risky maneuver you could think of.
On Harrison Road, coming up on Rugby Avenue. Coming up on Walker Avenue. On Mercer Avenue. Right-hand turn on Bachelor Street. Right-hand turn on Cambridge. Left-hand turn, Virginia Avenue. Taking 85 south. Can't repark, I'm setting the big back Vehicles driving the wrong way in Interstate 85. Coming back to Virginia Ave. Taking Cleveland Avenue exit. He is keeping straight across the intersection. He's 1050 with another vehicle. And he's still rolling left on Cleveland Ave. Driver's side rear tire is failing him. He's out of control, almost.
At one point, he even dropped off a passenger mid-chase, a pregnant passenger no less. So apparently, he was concerned enough to let her out, but not enough to stop driving like a complete maniac. Several pit maneuvers were attempted by the trooper, but this guy just wouldn't quit, even with his car practically falling apart from all the damage.
Rear driver's side tire is out, sparks flying, he's out of control.
Eventually, the suspect's vehicle gave out on him, coming to a stop on Springdale Road. Officers wasted no time, taking him into custody after clearing him for injuries at the hospital. Turns out, this wasn't his first rodeo. Edward Lee Brown Jr. already had a criminal record. He's now facing charges for fleeing, reckless driving, and more. Let's hope this time the justice system keeps him off the streets, because clearly, he's not ready for civilian life. It's hard to miss a car speeding by at nearly double the limit, especially when the engine sounds like it's about to burst from a modified exhaust. That's what caught the trooper's attention on a quiet February evening. Sean Dean, fresh out of prison, was flying down the highway at 85 miles per hour in a dark sedan, weaving through traffic like he was auditioning for a Fast and Furious sequel. But this wasn't just about speed. Dean was on a mission to break every rule in the book, starting with speeding and illegal passes. What came next was pure chaos.
Coming up the east side.
Dean turned off his headlights, hoping to lose the trooper, but that only added to the danger. He sped through intersections, went the wrong way in a roundabout, and even hit a curb, throwing sparks everywhere. Just when it looked like he might lose control, he kept pushing, hitting speeds of 93 miles per hour on narrow roads.
Still southbound on 97. We're coming up to the Hill area. Like a green Honda modified exhaust, can't get the tag on it.
The trooper finally had enough and performed a pit maneuver, sending Dean's car spinning. But even after coming to a stop, Dean wasn't done. He tried running on foot, only to trip and fall right by his car door. Talk about a dramatic end. Once in custody, Dean's excuses started pouring out. He didn't mean to cause trouble, he claimed, and even offered tips on local drug dealers to try to wriggle his way out. But it didn't work. He was booked on multiple charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Turns out his car was packed with meth and marijuana pipes, and his license had been revoked just weeks earlier. Maybe next time, Sean will think twice before turning a quiet evening into a high-speed circus. A stolen Toyota Corolla and a driver who thought he could outmaneuver the entire Bibb County Sheriff's Office. This chase was bound to get wild. It started on Georgia Highway 87, with Stephen Law behind the wheel, speeding like he had something to prove. But this wasn't just about running. Law took reckless to a whole new level, swerving into oncoming traffic and forcing innocent drivers off the road. That's the kind of chaos you just can't ignore.
Yeah, right on the back end.
He's gonna go right. No, he's going left. He's going right. He's going right. He's going right. He's going right.
Right on what?
Wrong side of the traffic. On the wrong side. Wrong side of the say he's on the wrong side of traffic.
Wrong side of road.
For nearly 20 miles, Law pushed his luck, weaving through highways and even driving the wrong way down a major road. When the troopers tried to use a pit maneuver, he dodged them like he'd been practicing for it. But here's the thing about running from the GSP. You might be fast, but they're relentless. Stephen Law's joyride came to a quiet end, but not without some serious consequences. He was handed over to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office to face a pile of charges, including theft and reckless driving. Law learned the hard way that running from the law doesn't get you far. 5 years minimum sounds about right for someone who drove like a menace and thought he could get away with it. What happens when 3 guys on dirt bikes hit the streets without helmets? A recipe for chaos, that's what. Troopers Camarade and Tennant spotted them flying down University Avenue, clearly ignoring every rule of the road. When the officers turned on their lights, the dirt bikers decided to make a bad situation worse by speeding up. No helmets, no plates, and apparently no common sense.
University of Metro 1.
Things went from bad to worse as the bikers took off, driving on the wrong side of the road, jumping sidewalks, and weaving through traffic like they were in some kind of stunt show. But here's the twist. While 2 of the bikers managed to vanish into the chaos, one rider, Cavario Hunter, decided to keep testing his luck on the pavement. Instead of heading off-road, he stuck to the streets, only to be boxed in by Trooper Tennant.
Stop sign, I got you.
Hunter was taken into custody and hit with a long list of charges: fleeing, reckless driving, no tag, no insurance, and of course not wearing a helmet. Meanwhile, the other 2 bikers, they slipped away, leaving us with no information to track them down. Turns out trying to outrun the police on a dirt bike is as reckless as it sounds, and at least one of them learned that the hard way. Some people make bad decisions, and then there's Calvin Hathaway. It all started with him speeding down the highway at 98 miles per hour, because apparently 75 wasn't fast enough. When Trooper Chris Dunham tried to pull him over, Hathaway slowed down, even turned on his hazard lights like he was about to cooperate.
Roll the windows down. All of them. Roll all of them down. All the way.
But nope. As soon as the trooper got close, Hathaway hit the gas and took off. Little did he know, he just signed up for an Arkansas State Police chase. Bad move, Calvin. Here's where it gets wild. Hathaway didn't just speed away, he went the wrong way on the interstate, weaving through heavy traffic and hitting speeds of over 115 miles per hour. Now let's be clear, that kind of move might make some cops back off, but not in Arkansas. Troopers here aren't about to let a guy like that endanger everyone else on the road. The SUV was totaled, but Calvin? He was nowhere to be found, at least not right away. An hour later, officers tracked him down, injured but alive, a mile from the crash site. Turns out Calvin wasn't just running from a speeding ticket. His car was loaded with drugs, MDMA pills, marijuana, and even a BB gun that looked like a Glock. He's now facing a laundry list of charges, including drug possession, reckless driving, and fleeing. Oh, and his bond? A hefty $75,000 cash. Next time Calvin thinks about running from the ASP, he might want to remember this is Arkansas, and these troopers don't back down. On a late Wednesday night, police got word of a Dodge Challenger tearing up the highway, refusing to pull over. The Grant County Sheriff called in the ASP for backup, and things got serious. The car, a dark-colored Challenger with black stripes, was flying down the interstate, weaving through lanes like it was trying to audition for a race. At this point, it wasn't just a chase, it was a dangerous game of cat and mouse at high speed. But ASP troopers aren't about to let someone risk lives like that. With the suspect flying down the road at over 140 miles per hour, the trooper moved in and performed a flawless TVI, spinning the car into the concrete barrier.
TVI, curve side, TVI, curve side.
But things got more interesting. Before the car even came to a full stop, the driver jumped out, bolted over the guardrail, and disappeared into the night. Meanwhile, a dog showed up near the crash. No one knows where it came from, but hopefully it's okay. The Challenger was towed away, and the passenger, who turned out to be the car's owner, refused to give any useful information about the driver. With the suspect on foot and no solid leads, this one ended without an arrest. But one thing's clear. A clean 140 miles per hour pit maneuver is just another day for the ASP. What starts as a simple traffic violation can sometimes unravel into a full-blown manhunt. In this case, it all began with a red Dodge Caravan cruising along Interstate 40 in West Memphis. The vehicle, sporting a busted brake light, caught the attention of officers, but when they tried to pull it over, The driver hit the gas. By the time ASP Trooper Collier Wright joined the chase, it was clear this wasn't going to be your average traffic stop. After safely navigating through traffic, the trooper executed a flawless TVI, bringing the vehicle to a stop. And just when it seemed like the chase was over, the driver made a dramatic exit on foot. Although the man disappeared into the night, the ASP wasn't left empty-handed. A phone left behind in the van revealed a photo of the suspect, and evidence inside tied him directly to the scene. The abandoned van was a treasure trove of bad decisions. Marijuana, baggies, a scale, and even a pistol were found inside. It turns out the van wasn't insured and was linked to a dealership in Memphis. Safe to say, when they catch up with this guy, he'll have some serious explaining to do.